Cassandra you need therapy, girl. And now so do I. I just remembered I'm about to meet Will Herondale. What if it doesn't live up to the hype? You know, like, I'm so obsessed with them. Not in church waiting. Hello, my bookish besties, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Adrian, and I like to talk about books a little bit and yap quite a lot of it. So, as you probably saw by the title of this video, in today's vlog, we are going to be reading the Infernal Devices trilogy for the first time ever. This video is mostly spoiler-free, but this is your warning right here, right now, that if you have not yet read the Infernal Devices, I would maybe go into this with a little bit of, like, leniency. I kind of am just raw reacting to certain scenes and emotions and such as they come up in the book. But anywho, without further ado, let's start reading. Oh, also I want to go ahead and put in a quick note that originally this video was going to be a 24-hour readathon, and I've pretty much edited out a bulk of the 24-hour readathon jargon, I guess you could say. So without further ado, let's go read the Infernal Devices. Grab your caffeinated beverage of choice and let's get reading. That was a good one. Yep. We are back. We are caffeinated. I've got my coffee, my drink from lunch, my Alani I started this morning. I have an HTO waiting for me in the fridge. Like, we are stocked up. We are ready to go. I'm thinking the rest of the afternoon we can just read until we just don't want it anymore, which I don't anticipate that happening based on the fact that it is officially time and we are about to start the Infernal Devices. I am so scared. I'm scared just because I'm like, what if it doesn't live up to the hype? You know, like, everybody says this is one of those god tier life-changing series, and I'm like, what if it's not for me? Which I do think it will be, but there's still that fear, you know what I mean? I'm super excited. I really want to immersion read, but bad news. The audiobook says it's not available for 19 days. Like, look at that. Hold available in 19 days. Oh, I don't have 19 days to wait. So I think I'm just gonna put on some ambient sound and eyeball read this. But anyhow, let's start. I'm scared. I have to record a quick TikTok first though. Say, this is me before starting the Infernal Devices, so that when I'm inevitably sobbing when it's over. Okay, we've got the brown noise on, and we are about to start the dang thing. I can never, after this, say that I've never read the Infernal Devices. Like, I feel like this is groundbreaking. Like, I feel like something is happening here. Anywho. I just remembered I'm about to meet Will Herondale, the infamous. Oh man. My name is Herondale, the boy said cheerfully. William Herondale, but everyone calls me Will. Oh, he's giving Damon. He is so Damon-coded. I can already tell I'm gonna be obsessed with him. Uh-oh. Also, I like how it's kind of James Bond-coded. My name is Herondale. William Herondale. Okay. Gonna keep reading now. I like this quote a lot Tessa just said, one must always be careful of books and what is inside them, for words have the power to change us. True. I am so obsessed with them. So she says, you know, if we're going to be like siblings, I think I would prefer it if you would call me by my Christian name, as you do with Miss Lovelace. Will looked at her, slow and hard, and then smiled. His blue eyes lit when he smiled. Then you must do the same for me, he said. Tessa. She had never thought about her name much before, but when he said it, it was as if she was hearing it for the first time. Her own breath was very short when she said, softly, Will. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm only like 100 pages in and I'm already obsessed. This trilogy is going to absolutely destroy me, isn't it? I have an observation about Cassandraclare's books kind of in general. I noticed this also earlier while reading the Red Scrolls of Magic. I feel like for some reason everyone in her universe has nicknames. Like, this guy's name is James, but he goes by Jim. We have William, who goes by Will. We had Alexander, who goes by Alec. We had someone else also in the Red Scrolls of Magic who went by a nickname. It's like, it's just kind of funny to me that like literally everybody goes by a shortened version of their name. It's weird to me. Is that just like a Shadowhunter thing? Cause yeah, I feel like she does it a lot. And it's always the Shadowhunters, I feel like. Like Carissa, Clary. I think Jace had a longer name too, but I can't remember. Like, it's literally everybody. Oh my goodness. Doesn't Isabel also go by Izzy at some point? Or am I making that one up? But anywho, update. I'm 100 pages in. I am down bad obsessed already, which is a good and a bad sign, because if this continues to, you know, feed me the way it currently is, I fear that this might go in my top series of all time. I can't even imagine what this would have done to me as a child. Like, thank God I didn't read them, because I think I would have had no personality other than these books. But also sometimes when I'm reading books like this, I can't help but wonder, would I have even liked them as a kid? Like, yes, technically to my core I'm still the same person, but like I'm older now. I can appreciate some of the romance and the nuances and stuff like that a little bit different. Like, I feel like as a kid I might not have appreciated it. Anywho, I guess we'll never know. I'm gonna keep reading now. I have some thoughts. I'm about a little over halfway through Clockwork Angel, and it is giving Brandon Sanderson in the best way possible. I'm so obsessed. As someone who has read Brandon Sanderson first, the similarities are crazy, but like in a cool way. Like, it doesn't feel like one of them copied the other or like it's unoriginal. It just feels familiar in a way that like is fun. Like, right now, it's very, very much giving Mistborn Era 2. And it's also somehow simultaneously giving Mistborn Era 1. And I'm really obsessed with the dichotomy, is that the right word? With just the way they feed into each other while still being obviously a completely unique story. Like, there's, you know, these automatons, and there's kind of like a steampunk vibe going on, which is where Mistborn Era 2 comes in, but then there's the Regency era, like, kind of vibes of just like the setting and some of the things they are doing. And yeah, it is so much fun. I'm having a really, really good time. I'm a little confused though, like where the plot is going from here. Who I kind of thought was maybe the big bad, like the main plot of this book. It's getting resolved like pretty much right now, I think. So not really sure where we're going from here, but I like that. I like that it's keeping me on my toes. I am enjoying it, like I said. I am liking it a lot more now. I will say the first like 25%-ish, when we were kind of still world building and Tessa was still meeting everybody, I was a little bored, but like not really. Like I was loving meeting everybody, but I cannot stand, I can't even remember her name. I think her nickname's Jessie, maybe Jessina, just Jessima, something like that. I cannot stand her, and we had like a whole 3 chapters of her and Tessa hanging out, and I just wasn't vibing with it a super lot. And then there was another kind of plot point around then that I wasn't super jiving with, but I was still liking it. Like I said, like there were these little crumbs of what I could feel like was gonna happen next. Like I could already kind of feel the tension between Will and Tessa and Jim. What is his name? I mean, his real name is James, but I'm pretty sure it's Jim. Even the thing here says James. Yeah. Anywho, I am liking, like I said, kind of the vibes and the dynamics between the characters, but the plot itself, for a while at least, was a little boring, just to be transparent. I think we are currently sitting at a 4-ish, 4.5 stars. Like I said, have about probably 2 hours remaining to read, and I'm really curious to see where it goes from here. Because like I said, what I thought was kind of the main plot of at least book 1 is like actively currently getting resolved. So that being said, I'm going to get back to reading and I will update you guys once I finish. Or if I have any other thoughts. The scene of Will Herondale on his knees after biting the vampire. Basically like, you know, saying, "Come and get me." One thing Cassandraclare knows what to do is how to write some freaking male characters, okay? Let's keep reading! Yes! Yes, 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 yes. Oh, are you excited too? I think Zoe also likes Will Herondale. Don't we all, sweetie? Oh, also, remember earlier when I said that's Damon coded? That scene is Damon coded, am I right? Am I right? Do we think that Ian Somerhalder has read these books? Because Damon is so Will Herondale coded. It's crazy. I'm on chapter 12, Blood and Water, and he's currently like sick in bed. And Tessa is taking care of him, and you cannot tell me that it is not giving that one scene in season 2, I think, of the Vampire Diaries, where he's like sick and about to die, and she kisses him, and then someone walks in with the freaking cure, and then he's like, "Ooh, I thought I was gonna die, that's why we kissed, hee." It's giving that energy, okay? It's... I need to calm down. This book is like genuinely making me feel like I'm having a heart attack. But it is just so good. It is so good. And I understand that like the Vampire Diaries books and these books probably came out around the same time, so I doubt they, like, the characters were influenced by each other, probably. But like some of these scenes feel like they are the same. They're like this, you know? I'm feral. Feral, I tell you. I can't get enough. But also, though, I'm obsessed with Jim. He's just so cutie. He's so mysterious and like cutie and sweet. But I'm down bad obsessed with Will. Yeah, it's not looking good for me. I love them. Oh. Guess I gotta find somewhere new to sit, huh? Sweet baby. This, like, plot twist? Crazy. I'm going to take a brief break. It is exactly 8 p.m. and I just got a fun package in the mail. And I also just ran out of Spotify listening hours, so now I have to go back to eyeball reading. So I thought now would be the perfect time to open my package, take a little mental break. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Okay, so there's another channel on here. They are called Talking Story. I almost used their pen name. They also write books under the pen name J.A.J. Minton. It's John, Amy, Jacob, and at the end of each of their videos, their little like sign off is like basically thank you so much for being here. If you're here, you're a book person, and in our books, book people are the best people, or something like that. Go watch one of his videos, you'll understand. But they made merch with the quote on it, so naturally I had to get one. Book people are the best people. I'm really excited. I think I like that it's like merch based off of a channel I love, but it's also kind of like generic bookish, you know? Like, I think I could wear this, and people that know, they know, but people that don't know, they're like, dang, that's a cool quote. And I really like this color. I think it goes well with jeans. I will say, I didn't really think about the fact that it's a canvas, not a like comfort colors, and I do fear that the size I got might be a little too big. But that is okay because I have one of those crop tuck things, so I can just hit them with a But anywho, really excited about this. I also pre-ordered a hardcover copy of their book, loosely inspired by H.P. Lovecraft and some other stuff. Like, it's got kind of a cosmic horror vibe. It is called Discovery. I will link it down below if I remember. Editing, Adrian? Link it down below, okay, girl? But anywho, let's get back to reading. I am on chapter 19. This is where my bookmark is. I think, yeah, I have like maybe 50 more pages. Yeah, the last page is about 470, and I'm on 425. So we have exactly 14 hours left. Let's finish this, and then we are going to go start Clockwork Prince. I'm gonna cry. Church. Okay, so Jim just said this quote. He says, "It is a great thing to love. It is as great a thing to love as it is to be loved. Love is not something that can be wasted." I'm distraught. I love this book. You know, I'm almost done, like for real this time. We finally finished it. I have 12 hours and 40 minutes remaining on the timer. So actually the last like 30 pages or whatever took me a little longer to read than I anticipated. But anywho, I thought this book was actually really good. I think I'm going to rate it a 4-star. I never quite got to 5-star feelings, but I have a prediction that the rest of the series could be 5 stars, okay? So don't freak out yet. This one, like I mentioned in an earlier update, it took me just a little bit to get into. And there were some parts that I thought were a little cheesy, if I'm just being honest. But the characters and the overall, like, the tension and the vibes were immaculate. So I have paused my timer. I'm going to write up my review while it's still fresh in the noggin. And then we are going to move on to Clockwork Prince. Is this who they are wanting me to picture as Jim? Because my boy Will's way cuter, at least on these covers. Like it. I think it's the glow right here coming off of his like neck that's making the ends of his hair look teal. That is kind of turning me off this picture. I kind of want to look up fan art, but I am scared that I'm gonna see spoilers, and I don't want to do that. I will update you guys once I start Clockwork Prince. I have no idea what this book is about. I somehow have gone my whole life without reading any of the synopses. Like, I knew that Tessa was coming over to see her brother or whatever, But I had no ideas about like her getting kidnapped and that she wasn't a shadow hunter. Like, I kind of thought this was just gonna be slightly a rinse and repeat situation from Clary, and it wasn't. So, anywho, I'm gonna go with my review now, and I will see you guys once we start book 2. My review has been written, so now it's time to start book 2. And good news, my library did have the audiobook for this one, so let's get started. I'm so excited. And I'm a little scared. I can't stop thinking about Jim at this current moment in time. Am I gonna cry? Oh, there's 2 narrators in this one. Eee! What is happening? What? Oh. Update. It is going to make me cry. I am once again struck with these overwhelming feelings of how similar this plot is to the Vampire Diaries. It's crazy. So I'm about, I don't know, probably a third of the way in. I'm 180 pages to be exact. And currently, Will is missing. And guess what? I almost said Jason Clary. Jim and Tessa are about to go hunting for him. You know what that sounds like? In season 3-ish, whenever Stefan goes on the run and Damon and Elena go and they're looking for him, and then that scene happens, the hotel scene. It's crazy. This just, like, I know it's not, but this just feels like the Vampire Diaries fanfiction. Please let me know down in the comments below if you also caught on to these similarities or if I'm just like crazy sleepy delirious, because that could be what's happening too. But yeah, I'm giddy. If the way that their hunt for Will is anywhere near the hunt that they do for Stefan, it's gonna be really good. I am sad. Okay, I am freaking sad. That being said, I would reverse the roles, right? Like Jace, it's not Jace. Jim is way more of a Stefan, and I've already multiple times said Damon and Will are like basically the same person. So, but it is crazy to me. It's literally giving those vibes, okay? But I'm gonna go keep reading and see if I get my hotel scene. Okay, I have another thought. And I think this has been discussed before in maybe like a movie or another book or something. But I find it interesting that in these kinds of books, they always change into like fighting gear instead of training in their like everyday attire, because it's like, well, the odds of you getting attacked when you're in your everyday attire, like look at the events of book 1. I feel like you would want to train for that as well, you know? Right? Like, I feel like learning how to wield a sword in your pretty dress you wear every day is equally as important as learning how to do it in, like, fancy fighting clothes. Food for thought. I'm about 50% through. So far, I'm really liking it. I'm feeling a little conflicted by the story, but not in a bad way, just in like a, I'm really curious where it's gonna go from here. Like, it feels kind of, it's not second book syndrome, but it feels kind of like a setup. Like right now, stuff is happening where they're like, oh, maybe there are other people starting to align with the main bad guy. And also, like, you know, the relationships are building. There's a lot of, like, character development that's crazy town. Like, so Jim is reliant on the drug, and for some reason, the werewolves are, like, buying a lot of that drug, so they're a little worried it could run out, and then Jim could just, like, die. Hello. It is now day 2 of the 24-hour readathon. We are getting started a little later than I meant to, so let's get reading. Okay, another observation. What is cassandraclare's, like, obsession with, like, slight incest subplots? Have we unpacked that as a fandom yet? Because currently, Tessa is undercover at a masquerade ball where her brother is trying to, like, get together with Jessamine, which I freaking called it. I hate that girl. But anywho, she's like, oh no, what if he kisses me? And I'm like, okay, granted, that's a way different, feeling than, Clary and Jace had. But still, I'm like, this is the, like, third book now, third or fourth, that I've read of hers, where there is some sort of sibling love dynamic that could be going on. That's crazy. But anywho, like I said, I'm at the masquerade ball right now. I am not really sure where this specific book's plot is going. Maybe just trying to figure out what the magistrate, or whatever his nickname is up to for book 3. I'll keep you updated. What is happening right now? So I'm on chapter... I don't know. What chapter is this? It says chapter 18, Till I Die, or Until I Die, I guess. Jim, what are you doing? What? I can offer you my life, but it is a short life? Jim, that's fucked up. Oh my god. And Will just got his emotions back or whatever. Dear God. Okay, I will say though, I think it's kind of funny that he proposed to her and says he loves you and all this stuff. I feel like they've barely interacted other than their couple of scenes earlier in this book. Like, I mean, I guess they have, but it feels like a slow burn that's not ready to progress yet. I'm so conflicted. I just finished Clockwork Prince. I think I liked Clockwork Angel more, just on, like, initial first instinct reaction, but this was still probably a 4-star. It was really good. I think the best parts, though, like I mentioned in an earlier update, were kind of the, like, romantic tension that was happening, and also the ending, a little crazy bonkers. Definitely some stuff I think we're going to have to unpack in the next book. I'm feeling a little scared. I am about to take a break, though, to write my review. I, can't decide what to write, though, because part of me is like, this book did suffer from second book syndrome a little bit, I think. Just a little bit. It kind of had some, like, filler plot, it felt like. But it was still really good. And, yeah, now I'm about to go to Clockwork Princess. I'm excited, but I'm scared. I have had so many people tell me that Clockwork Princess specifically is emotionally devastating. I have some theories. I have a bad feeling about Charlotte and what she just revealed, her secret. I have some bad feelings about the love triangle. I feel like those are the two main things that people probably sob about, right? Like, I feel like Jim is probably nearing the end, which is probably why the love triangle is so spicy. Man, yeah, I don't know. Guess the only way to find out is to keep reading. So let me go write my review, and I will get back to you once we start Clockwork Princess. About to start. I genuinely think this is the most nervous I've ever been to start a book. The expectations are incredibly high. I feel like everyone I know has rated this book 6 stars and has said it's emotionally traumatizing. So I am both nervous and excited. I really, really hope it lives up to the hype for me. I wrote my review. I got an emotional support snack and my tissues, and I think that I am ready to start the last book in the Infernal Devices. Wish me luck. I will update you. I love popcorn. I'm here to report in with a first impression of Clockwork Princess. I find it very odd that so far we are following side characters. Like, I feel like we are following Gabriel and Gideon and Sophie and like the government a little bit more than we are following Jim and Will and Tessa, which I feel like I said, is an odd choice. Oh, and Cicely. She's a new character too. We're following her quite a lot. I'll hop back in soon. Okay, I don't know why, but somebody said chapter 8 made them sob, so wish me luck. The conversation between Will and Jim about Tessa, I'm weak. Cassandraclare, you need therapy, girl. And now so do I. Distraught. Oh, I'm not looking forward to the ending. This book is crazy. I love Jim actually so much. But now Jim can't have music anymore. Oops. I got a tear on my book. Not church waiting. I'm not even to the epilogue yet, and that's what people say it gets really emo.
It's okay. Your book? Your book?
Yeah.
So you started sniffling and falling apart, and I was like, hey, are you okay?
Okay, it is time. We have reached the epilogue, and it says Greyfriars Bridge 2008, so I can already tell this is gonna be emotional. If it wasn't clear by my tears and just emotions, this book is definitely a 5 stars, and I think I would rate the trilogy overall 5 stars because if the characters hadn't have grown on me the way they did, I definitely wouldn't have cried as hard as I did. You know what I mean? I genuinely cannot recommend it enough. Though I imagine if you're watching this vlog, you've probably already read The Infernal Devices. But just in case you haven't and you watched this all the way through, hopefully I didn't spoil anything too bad, but yes, I do absolutely recommend it. I was a little skeptical going into it because it's one of those series that I feel like everyone rates so highly that I was just like, there's no way, you know? But I fear it did, in fact, live up to the hype. I think of the covers, this one's my favorite too, by the way, in case you wondered. But yeah, I think I will be thinking about them for a long time. I also, in my review on Goodreads, said, and I stand by this, I do fear that Jim might be my favorite character from Shadowhunters universe and from Infernal Devices. Like, obviously, I loved Will Herondale just like the next girly, but there was just something about Jim's story that just really gripped me, and I think I will be thinking about him for a long time. Yeah, that was so good. I am super happy I finally read it. Wow. But anywho, thank you so much for watching today's video. Let me know down in the comments below if you have read The Infernal Devices, who's your favorite character? Because I do feel like Jim is maybe an unpopular opinion, so let me know, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for being here. I love you, and I will see you soon. Bye, guys.